Hello guys, welcome to a new video. I usually don't make videos on Mondays, but this was really important that I wanted to give some update. Market is really down and I wanted to explain why it is down and what you can do to recover from it, and whether you should be actually worried about this downturn that we are seeing today, right? So all that we are going to discuss in this video, so stick around, and with that let's start. Hi guys, so as you can see, the market is completely in red. As you can see, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, most of the tech companies, right, apart from Apple, everything else as you see here is down in deep red, right? So there's a lot of panic in market, and the reason for this is this guy, which is the Deepseek, right? That's the Chinese AI company that they have announced that they can actually make what OpenAI ChatGPT is made, like in spending billions of dollars. They can actually make the same thing in much less than that. So if you see here, right, they actually built this R1 model in almost $6 million, and that is like way cheaper what OpenAI had spent to build their ChatGPT platform, right? So that's the main fear that is driving into the market. And this Deepseek, right, this is basically the parent company of this is Aurora Mobile, and that went like upwards, right? 200% it gained because of Deepseek appreciation that we're getting from the market, right? The investors are kind of fearing that whatever has Nvidia has done or OpenAI has done, which is in collaboration with Microsoft, right? So that's all that fear that is driving this Aurora Mobile owned company more than 200% up, right? So look at their chart, right? They were kind of almost like $6, and now they more today. Actually in the market open they were more than $20 stock, right? So that kind of went from $6 to $20 just in a day. Now all this is good, but there's one question that arises, right? Whether all this is sustainable and whether you should fear about this and whether this fear is real, right? So let me answer that. So guys, this has been happened before. It's just nothing new, and remember, this is China, so we do not have to really worry about this. That's the simple answer. But I have my reasoning, and I'll give you 3 reasons why you should not fear this downturn, and what are my plans to recover from it, right? So the first thing is, right, the first thing is the money. Okay, so these are giants when we talk about Meta, Nvidia, right? So these companies are giant companies. They have billions of dollars to spend, right? If you remember the Meta news, right, Meta lost $200 billion in value just in one day because of their metaverse thing, right? And that was not too long ago. That was like the April of last year. So from that point onwards it has gone like almost 100 more than doubled its price, right? It's close to, even after this today's downturn, it's like hitting 650. And when that news came up about the metaverse, it was seeming like it will go down to hell, right? So but look at the rebound that has happened, right? So these are big companies. Even if we talk about the Nvidia, right, Nvidia has billions of dollars to invest in their research. They can easily figure out what Deepseek is actually doing, and they can replicate the same thing. They don't have to these OpenAI or all these Cloudy, all these Anthropic, right? So all these companies, they have a lot of money to pour into research, and they can easily beat Deepseek, right? So that was my first point, right? The second one is the data, right? Remember, this is a Chinese owned company, guys. So China and data, these two things does not go well along together, right? So data is what China kind of needs, and a lot of companies are not okay to share their data with China, right? So any AI model, the basic is the data. Without data, any AI model cannot really sustain. So that is their kind of food for the AI engine to work, right? Now where they are going to get this data if these big companies starts to kind of boycott these Deepseek? If it is a real threat to them, they are gonna go all the way to stop blocking their all the channels to feed the data to Deepseek, right? So how these models is gonna be up to date, be trained to the latest thing, and as soon people realize that that's the thing, they are not gonna be using the Deepseek, right? And without user base, this is not gonna get even more data. So this is kind of a spiral that's gonna happen, and it's gonna drag down this company, right? So without the data, this is not gonna survive. Even personally, I would not I would kind of advise you to be very careful when you ask the detail or give your detail to these companies, because remember, all their database, all the detail that you're going to give, this is going to China straight away. So I would highly advise you to not give your data to these companies. Now the third is, right, and this is the personal thing that I did today. So when I saw all this panic, right, I thought, let's try out, right, what's the Deepseek is about. When I went to create my account in Deepseek, right, using some test email, even with the email I was not able to sign up. I had issues, and then after a few hours I see this, right, that due to the large scale malicious attack on Deepseek services, register may be busy. So they can, even though they may have a good product here, but really can they handle the load of the users that they are going to get? Because that's where a lot of AI companies, the startups, right, they cannot scale because they don't have that capacity, the servers, to sustain that load, right? And when it comes to getting those servers, there's no other company better than Nvidia, right? So they may have to just turn back to Nvidia. They actually use Nvidia chips. They may have to buy more Nvidia chips to survive their company if they want to survive, right? So in turn, it may use the Nvidia chips again to kind of sustain. So far as I see, as of this recording, if you go directly to Deepseek, chat.deepseek.com, you won't be able to log in because you won't be able to sign up, right? So that's the company, and this, because of this, the market is going down. That's overreaction in my opinion. This is in like after a few days, this is gonna be old news. Okay, so just remember, this is overreaction and there is nothing to fear about here. Okay guys, so last thing is what I'm actually doing, right? So I'm buying the dip in this case because I know whatever I explained, based on that I'm buying the dip. But there are certain strategies, especially the option strategies, that I teach in my channel. If you go to my channel, you will find those. One particular strategy in this case that I would be using is the cash secured put, right? So the cash secured put I have explained in my multiple videos about Nvidia, and especially using Nvidia, the cash secured put, and you can definitely watch that, and I'll put that link down in the description. You can definitely go and watch that in detail. In short, it's a way to buy a company for cheaper, right? So you can basically say that you want the Nvidia for, let's say, $120, right? So you can set that price, you get the premium for that. If by that date Nvidia doesn't reach $120, you get all the premium, right? So, and if it goes below that, you basically buy Nvidia for 120. That's all you wanted, right? So that I have a detailed video, so do watch that. So that was a quick video guys I wanted to make. I usually don't make videos, as I said, but this was really important. So do not fear, this is just a temporary thing. This will pass on and everyone is gonna forget about it. With that guys, I'll talk to you in my next video. Till then, happy investing. Bye bye.